So, welcome to day 2 of the mission trip. Oh my gosh, today has actually been a real mission. So we started the day at 6 a.m. with dogs barking and torrential rain, kids running around the house, at my cousin's house, my little nephews. That was a lot of fun. And then the day begins. So we set up a driver to drive us from from Kampala to Mbale. By the way, guys, fully exhausted. It's like nearly midnight at the moment, and I've been on the go since. And a driver arrives, and we needed to do some registration things at the national, government registration part of the city. So we're there. The driver goes, "Oh, I need to service the car before we make the long trip." It's about 220 kilometers, 140 miles or so. I'm like, okay, fine. So he swans off to go service the car. First he said he needs to change a tire because one of his tires was bored. Goes to do that. Then it changed to service the car. We had all his oil changed and filters gone through and whatever. But we did that. We lost a chunk of time, like an hour and a half. Then we get on the road, and about, I'd say an hour in, we're in a town called Okello, and another car driving by beeps us and goes, "Yeah, your tire's flat. This is another tire." So we stop off at a petrol station. There's a little tire repair place. He says, "Oh, I don't want to repair the tire. I want to get a brand new one." Okay. The tire place doesn't have any brand new ones. So again, the driver swans off down the road to go and find a replacement tire. I kid you not. And another hour goes, comes back. We get back on the road eventually, and we make some stops. And one of the stops was so interesting. It was a mixed kind of boarding school and day school that looks after kids anywhere from 3 years old up until 15, 16. And it's called, I think it's Fellowship Day School, I think. But yeah, met the team there, met the directors and the founders, and doing absolutely incredible things, looking after the kids. And just Christian-based school that looks after every element of the education, and the kids just looked so happy. The grounds were beautiful, the buildings were phenomenal, the teachers all looked just super engaged, super friendly. It just looked like a wonderful environment to be in. I rarely use that word, by the way. So yeah, that was really interesting. I will be overlaying footage of this and just driving through the greenery and the beautiful lush geography and terrain of Uganda has just been absolutely amazing today. And as with Africa, we have potholes, serious potholes that if you go too fast, you'll leave a piece of your car behind, kind of potholes. So we're driving, still on the road, let's say 3 hours in maybe. We get to a town called Uganda, and our driver turns around, he just pulls over, and we're like, "Why are we stopping?" And he says, "Oh, I'm just going to go and buy something." So he goes and buys something from the shop. Then we get back in the car, then we start driving again, and 5 minutes later he goes, "Oh, I can't complete this journey. I don't think I can make it because I'm not feeling very well." I was like, okay, so what are we going to do in this strange town that I've never heard of in my entire life, and we still have 100 kilometers to go, which is about 70 miles or so. He goes, "All right, I'll find you a driver to take you the rest of the way, but I can't go the rest of the way." So we're like, okay, this is not going to cost any more money because we already set our price for this. He goes, no, it's fine, I'll sort it. So finds a driver, this rando that he doesn't know from anywhere. We load into the car and we're like, okay, at least we're getting there. This cowboy of a rando driver is like trying to take humps at 60 miles an hour and all sorts of crazy stuff. Now, humps are not the same as humps that are in the UK or Europe or wherever. Humps in Africa are just different. So some of them, they go up by about 2 or 3 inches, and you go across and you come back down. Others are a groove that's been dug out in the road, so it's an inverse hump. Others are just these grids, like they're about 6 inches wide, but they're laid in a track of 4. So when you go over them, you go over consistent humps. It feels like you're literally being rattled in a can. And yeah, that went on for about 2 whole hours. Now this cowboy of a driver, he didn't want to slow down. We had a few near misses and swerving, going into the opposite side of the road just to dodge potholes and just to overtake vehicles. And there's trucks coming at us going like, shoom. And we're just like, okay, if I didn't know Jesus, this is when I'll be trying to get to know Jesus, because this guy's crazy. So yeah, and we were like, we need to get there before dark, because once darkness strikes, potholes become even more invisible. Did this slow this gentleman down? Not one bit. We hit a couple potholes. I honestly felt like I levitated out of my chair and landed with a crash. And he just seemed unfazed by it. I was like, holy, this is your car. If you want to leave your suspension behind, do it on somebody else's drive. So yeah, we finally get here, and I'm just worn out. But this hotel is absolutely phenomenal. It is a beautiful, beautiful hotel. I think it's called Mbale Resort Hotel, and yeah, it's fantastic. The staff here are great. The food is fantastic. I've got one of my favorite dishes. It's called motorbikes, which is steamed banana that's kind of been mushed like mashed potato essentially. But yeah, all fantastic food. And yes, now it's definitely time for bed. I will keep you updated on the further adventures of this mission trip to Mbale 2020. Like, share, subscribe, comment, message me. You can find me on all socials. Almost, I don't do Snap. Anyway, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp if you got my number. LordAllanKennethOkello, and I will see you tomorrow.